Hello Martin Sim Racing fans, and I'm back with another video as we're trying to make our way all the way from E up to A+ in Gran Turismo 7. That's right, and we have a World Series event coming up this weekend. It is going to be round 3 of Season 2, and I cannot wait to show you the footage. I think I have chosen a car. I know last time we were trying to decide between the Mustang and the Ford GT Spec 2 LM race car. Well, I think I've chosen it, and you can see it right here. I have my own custom livery. It's not great, but it is mine. Got the Martin Sim Racing logo on there and Atlanta Braves tag in the back. A few decals are my favorite things dealing with sim racing here and there. Today I'm going to be showing you footage of a practice race I did against the computer. I also did one against people as well in the open lobbies, but I didn't record that footage. And talk about tire wear is one of the issues we're having. Tire wear is one of the things we'll have to deal with, but I think I've got it figured out, and I want your opinion in the comments what you think I need to do after I show you these highlights. Now we're going to start off showing you footage from my fastest lap in practice, which I did, and I was able to get into the 118s, just barely 118.9. As you can see right here, we're going to start off with that footage first, and I can show you some things I've learned. You really got to get outside on this first turn, cut it in, trail brake, hitting gear 2, and ease into the throttle. There's no traction control turned on during this lap. And then I want to ease off, just let off a little bit while I'm in third gear, and then punch it right back to hit that curve, not brake. I want to brake right back there before the orange on that barrier. When I did decide to go more toward the inside when I take this curve most of the time and not swoop out as wide like I was talking about last video, that seems to be faster. And I'm wide open through this section with that Ford GT LM race car. Now, this curve up here is where I really have gained a lot of time, and I've gained a lot of time even on A drivers in practice, as I'm getting way out and riding off the track onto that blue and red and white curbing, and that is just very effective to hit second gear before you take the curve and then ease up the hill. And you'll see in the race I gain time on the AI that way as well. Coming through here is pretty straightforward. Want to start our turn real early on this last curve so we can hit the apex and then hit the next apex. We're going to be cutting right over course there. I could have took that just a little faster. We're going to come across the line here in the 118s, which is really good in my opinion for our B driver. I think that'll be good enough to get us a top 3 finish, hopefully even a win this weekend. But you'll see against the computer here, it's different when you get into the race, as you're going to be dealing with hard tires and medium tires and the 10 times tire wear. Now we're going to start off here in 4th place because I kind of figured, with my times I'll probably be towards the top 5, top 3, top 2, maybe even number 1 pole position hopefully. But you can see we're on these hard tires. I'm going to start the race in hard tires, and the reason I was thinking that is because if I'm going to be in traffic anyway, I'm going to be behind these guys. I'm not going to be able to run wide open because they're going to be in my way. So I might as well get the hard tires out of the way. My goal was to make it 10 laps on hard tires with the 10 times wear. That's like 100 laps on hard tires, and it's not the easiest thing in the world to do in this Ford GT. I'm going to tell you, I had a hard time in the practice race in the open lobbies against people and things, and mostly A drivers in that lobby too. But I had a good time. But anyway, that's my goal. Is I can make it 10 laps. Then I know I can go 5 on the mediums and get fast laps. Now, when I did the open lobbies, I forgot to pit at the end of lap 10 and went into a lap 11, and that was it. I mean, it's like a suicide mission. The back passenger side car tire is so bad and it's completely gone that I had to go around the track on my 11th lap at 50 miles per hour and got lapped. And so the race was over with for me, and I was doing pretty good. I was holding my own. I was staying up with those guys if I'd have just ran it the lap the right way. If I would have pitted right at lap 10, because lap 10 is the limit, and even then I'm going up on my traction control to about 3 or 4. And what you can see my strategy is here on that long straight after that last turn, I like to bump the traction control down to 0 when I'm on the hard tires, but run the rest of the race, rest of the lap, I run it on 1, and that just helps give me some stability. And I'm in traffic anyway, and when I was racing it in open lobbies, I was passing A drivers because they were wiping out, because that tire wear thing is it's a little tricky. And if you get in a lobby with guys who haven't practiced a lot, I think there's going to be some wipeouts, and there are opportunities to pass just from not crashing. So putting the traction control 1 doesn't slow me down a lot in those turns. Now right here I like to bump it down, let the engine go all the way out coming out of that turn. I really like to do it before coming out of that last turn, but you can see I get a pass here to move up into third place on lap 7. I did have the AI, artificial intelligence of the computer, turned all the way up, and when you have it turned all the way up, they're really not that bad. I'm not saying they're as good as people, but they're running at a pace similar to a B driver. I mean, it's a pretty good practice, honestly. Yeah, not bad, but it's that they're not making decisions and they're not making mistakes like people do. That's the only thing. It is different, but it's not bad just for practicing. But you can see here on lap 7, these tires are getting close to shot. I mean, and you can see that back passenger side tire, the rear right tire. I mean, the red meter on it is worse than all the others. So I don't know if there's a way to counteract that, make it to where it's not so bad, maybe drive a different way. Because right there on that turn, though, that's where I gained ground on the computer. And when I raced, we're going to fast forward here, and when I raced the race against regular people in open lobbies, I gained ground on them there too as well, even the A drivers, because you'll see it again here. So every time I come up here, I'm able to take this turn faster than most people. And right here, I didn't get out. You got to get over further than that to the left, and you can see it hurts me. But if you get over far enough to the left and you brake just before the curbing starts, you're able to hit second gear right before you turn in, and you can kind of ease it onto second gear and get up the hill. And I mean, most people aren't doing it that way, and I feel like my times is faster there. So here on lap 10, this is the absolute last lap you can do in this car on hard tires. It's the absolute last one you can do, and you might should pit on lap 9. I don't know, but you can see traction control set to 3, and the right rear tire is about gone. I mean, look at the meter down there. It is almost gone, and you can feel it in the car. I mean, you have to be very careful on this lap 10. So I may practice tomorrow night. I don't think I'll get to practice a lot tomorrow night, but maybe I can do another practice race, if nothing else, against the computer. Try this same thing and see if pitting on lap 9 I can still finish the race on the medium tires, because I have to use hards and mediums. I can't go hards. So you'll see what happens here when we switch to the mediums, how they do over the 5 laps. I think they probably could go 6 laps, but I feel more comfortable with this strategy, honestly, because I know they can go 5 hard on, I mean, just full out, fast as I can go. But on that 5th lap, the 15th lap, I'm not really worried about crashing as long as I can bump my traction control on 1, but it's still, it is in your mind. So right here, you have to pit. Like, when I raced in open lobbies, I didn't pit right there. We're going to fast forward through this. I did not pit right there, and it was over. I couldn't even drive. The car was undrivable. I just crashed all the way around the track. But here on lap 11, come out of the pits in 10th place. Going to quickly overtake some people, or the computer, on a couple of spots, and you can see that wasn't good driving on me. Hopefully I won't do that to anybody in a real race, but I do get the pass done on the Suzuki right here. Coming to the inside, and we're going to squeeze right in here and pass the Suzuki, and we're going to come around this curve here, fast forward it, but you'll see it'll be that curve. I always gain right here. I gain time on all cars, the computer, the AI, or open lobbies. I was gaining time on that particular turn. So I know how to take that turn. I have it memorized. I feel confident about it. Turn 1 I'm pretty good at too. The turn, I guess it'd be turn, I know how to take the big turn back to the left. I call it turn 3, because it's the one you slow down for, and I've got it down pat too, but I think I need to work on turn 5. So this turn right here I have pretty good. That one I got to work on. I mean, I know how to take it, but I don't have it memorized. So you can see right here, gaining time again in 4th place. We're going to squeeze on the inside of the Lexus, beat them up here to the next turn, come around that home stretch in 3rd place. And what happens is these 2 guys on lap 12, they're going to finally pit. And the thing about when I set this race up, and maybe you can do this, I was kind of in a hurry, but I didn't require medium and hard tires to be used. So they could have done it multiple ways, the computer. But with 10 times tire wear, they couldn't go the whole race without pitting. So they both pit. I'm in 1st place, and look at my tire wear. Look at that right rear tire on this last lap. So the question I need you to answer in the comments is, do you think that right side can go another lap? Because that would make my strategy be I could pit on 9 or 10. Now, I'm not 100% sure that it could. I think it could go, another lap, but it would be difficult because if you start the race on mediums, that would give you the opportunity to go 6 laps in pit and then go 9 on hards. But I mean, you're cutting it close, and the Mustang may not eat the tires up as bad as this car does, but this car is doable for this race. I mean, it's just barely, with the tire issue, doable, but it is doable. So let me know in the comments what you think. Hope you guys are enjoying your week. Hope you had a good week. Hope you're ready for the World Series races this weekend. If you're just watching the channel because you like watching, hey, I hope to get you some good results this weekend. Y'all have a good weekend. See you later.